Today we're going to talk about the 5 best suburbs in and around the Atlanta area. Coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in Atlanta. This YouTube channel is all about helping you get to know what it's like to live in the Atlanta, Georgia area. My name is Mark Brenner, and today we're going to be talking about the best Atlanta suburbs. What are some of the best places to live around Atlanta if you don't want to be in the city? Now, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Make sure you go back and check out my older videos. I've done a tour of almost every neighborhood in Atlanta. I've done budget videos for house shopping. I've done talking head videos. So if you're trying to get to know the Atlanta area, make sure you check out my old playlist. There's a lot of good, still relevant information there. And of course, I make these videos hoping that you will reach out to me. I am a realtor in the Atlanta area. So if you are looking to purchase a home, if you're looking to sell a home in the Atlanta area, whatever your real estate needs are, I've got you covered. You can work with me directly. Book an appointment with me using the link in the description below. There's a Calendly link where you can book a Zoom call. You can call me on my cell phone. You can text me, email me, whatever you want to do. But I love when my viewers reach out to me and I get to work with them. All right, let's dive right into it. My 5 best suburbs in the Atlanta area. Now, keep in mind, there are so many great places to live in the Atlanta area. One of the biggest challenges people have figuring out where they want to be is just crossing places off the list. There are a lot of places that will probably work for your situation. So do not feel like these are the only 5 good suburbs around Atlanta. There are a ton of other ones that I'm not mentioning in this video, but that I will cover in other videos. All right, at number 5, I have Peachtree City. This is south of Atlanta, about 45 minutes south in Fayette County. Now, Peachtree City is pretty unique in that it's a golf cart community, meaning over 10,000 of its residents actually travel mostly within the community via a golf cart. There are more than 90 miles of golf cart paths, and most of Peachtree City can be accessed via golf cart, which is obviously super convenient. Not having to get in your car, driving around golf carts is convenient, and it's pretty fun. So it's a unique thing about this community. This is a very tight-knit community where everyone seems to know each other's names, typically very low crime and very good schools. Now, it is a slightly less diverse than some of the other neighborhoods I'll talk about, clocking in at 70% Caucasian, but listen, this is not a place where if you're not white, you should feel uncomfortable. It's not like we're out in an extremely rural area, right? You're only about 45 minutes from the city, so most of you should feel comfortable living here. There are plenty of good restaurants, shops, and things to do within Peachtree City. And of course, if you do want to enjoy a day in the city of Atlanta, that's going to be an easy day trip for you. Now, in terms of budget for Peachtree City, you're probably going to want to have at least of a budget in the high 300s, probably going to be more comfortable in the mid 400s. Not the cheapest area, but really nice, tight-knit, safe community south of Atlanta, and pretty unique being a golf cart community. At number 4, I have Woodstock. This is going to be about 30 miles northwest of Atlanta. Now, Woodstock is a fantastic option if you're seeking a family-friendly area and maybe on a little bit lower of a budget. Woodstock is in Cherokee County, which almost across the board has really good public schools, and this is going to be generally a very safe area where you're not going to have to worry a lot about crime. Downtown Woodstock is actually one of the better downtown areas of all the suburbs around Atlanta. There are a ton of local restaurants that are actually really good, local retail shops, so you're gonna have plenty to do in Woodstock itself. You're gonna be really close to Lake Allatoona, which is always a nice amenity to have close by. There's Red Top Mountain Park, there's Reformation Brewing, there's the Dixie Speedway, and a lot more. This is a great combination of like rural things to do, city things to do, nature-related things to do. And the best part is, looking at the MLS this morning, you can still find a livable home in the high $200,000 range. I even saw some new construction properties in the high $400,000 range. So there's still really good value here. If you want a big, beautiful house, it's not gonna break the bank like it would in Alpharetta. And if you have a lower budget for whatever reason, it's still a very affordable place for you and your family to live. So a little further from the city, lot going on here, lots to love about Woodstock. It is a fantastic suburb. At number 3, I have Alpharetta. Now, Alpharetta probably has more fun, popular amenities and things to do than any other suburb on this list. And the only reason it's not number 1 is because it is kind of expensive to live here. Alpharetta is about 26 miles north of the city, and geographically, it's really a sweet spot. easy commute into the city if you're working there or if you just want to spend the day there. You also have a huge head start in North Georgia and all the things that has to offer. In some spots, you're only 15 miles from Lake Lanier. So it's a unique location in that you have most of the best things that Georgia has to offer really close by in this location. In Alpharetta itself, there's a really nice downtown area. People are always out and about, you know, with their kids or by themselves. Restaurants, shops, fun things to do, events all throughout the year. And there's also the Avalon, which is a huge, newer mixed-use development, movie theater, breweries, really good restaurants. So you've got two rather large, walkable, dense areas with plenty of things to do right in Alpharetta itself. The schools here tend to be very good, crime very low, and for all these reasons, Alpharetta is probably the most popular, most desirable suburb around Atlanta, okay? If you have an endless budget and you want to be able to enjoy the city of Atlanta but not be in the city, if you want to be able to enjoy North Georgia and Lake Lanier, this is probably the number one spot you want to look at, but you will need a starting budget probably in the low $400,000 range. Anything below that is going to be a bit of a rehab project probably. Although I will say you can find some attached options. There are increasingly more attached options, condos and townhomes in this area where you can be in the $300,000 range. But if you want a detached house, it's definitely going to start in the low 400s. And of course, it can go way up into the millions from there. So Alpharetta is amazing. I don't highlight it as much on this channel just because everyone talks about how great Alpharetta is. I like to highlight lesser known neighborhoods, but it's very well known for a good reason. There are just incredible amount of great things to do, and geographically it's really in a sweet spot. All right, coming in at number 2, I have Smyrna. This is in Cobb County, and this is going to be just outside the perimeter of 285 to the northwest of the city of Atlanta. So you're practically in the city, but not really. It's a really good blend. Again, you know, if you're commuting for work inside the city of Atlanta, you can get away, depending on where we're talking about, with a very short, easy commute, depending on traffic, of course. But you also have a lot going on even closer by, okay? The Atlanta Braves now play at Truist Park, which is in Cobb County, very close by to this area. And they play, Truist Park is part of the Battery, which is a larger development that you can enjoy even if there's not a Braves game going on. So you've got the Battery very close by in Smyrna, and this is an increasingly popular place. Restaurants, bars, you know, retail shops, plenty of things to do in this area. Smyrna is one of the fastest growing cities in the state of Georgia and one of the more densely populated ones. It's also home to a lot of big employers, so this could be a great option to work and live in the same location. And the other thing is, because of how dense it is, there are a lot of great condo and townhome options here. Okay, if you're a younger person with a corporate job, this is one of the first places I would point you to. I was just looking this morning and saw some 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,100 square foot condos starting at $235,000. And like I said, this is a great place to own real estate because very few locations around Atlanta are growing as fast as Smyrna is. There's a really nice mix of young and old in Smyrna. There's some solid diversity, and the location is just excellent. I mean, you're not in the city, you're just outside of it, so you can access it. You've got the Battery close by. Even like Alpharetta, the Avalon, that's not going to be too far from you, so you won't run out of things to do here. Great live-work situation in Smyrna, and it's only going to keep going up in terms of home values and things to do for the foreseeable future. So you should definitely have Smyrna on your radar. All right, and number 1 on my list of the best suburbs around Atlanta, I have Suwanee. Now, Suwanee is about 33 miles northeast of the city of Atlanta, and it's probably one of the most family-oriented suburbs on my list as they have been developing this area. It seems like they always have a family atmosphere and children in mind. They've got Town Center Park, which is a beautiful 10-acre park that's got an amphitheater, a huge interactive fountain, and some great retail locations and some great retail shops. There's Suwanee Creek Greenway and Suwanee Creek Park. There's Sims Lake Park, and there's Playtown Suwanee, which is a huge, awesome playground. So a lot of fun activities for parents and kids alike, and a lot of outdoor related activities. Very green in Smyrna. There's a lot of trails, a lot of parks. Again, the schools tend to be very good, crime very low. Being in this part of town, you've got a great head start to Lake Lanier, which is a hugely popular amenity for Georgians. And again, Alpharetta is pretty close by, so if you do want to change it up and get out of Suwanee, Suwanee. You've got the Avalon close by, downtown Alpharetta, and even the city of Atlanta is not going to be too bad of a trip into town. And the best part is you can still find a move-in ready home in the mid $300,000 range in Suwanee. It has gotten more expensive over the years, but this is a rapidly growing area. It's not going to stop growing. This is a fantastic place to own real estate. If you have a family, if you have kids, and you want to be not too far from the city, but you definitely don't want to be in the city. You want a lot of fun things to do where you are, but you also want to be able to enjoy the city of Atlanta relatively close by. Suwanee should definitely be a place that you check out. All right, so there you have it, my 5 best suburbs around the Atlanta area. I hope you enjoyed that list. I hope you learned some new things about the Atlanta area. Again, there are so many other great neighborhoods around the Atlanta area, so don't get discouraged if you don't think one of these areas is for you. Listen, I talk about this in other videos, but you really got to go by what's most important to you. That might be the quality of the schools, that might be proximity to your work or where you spend the most time, that might be the size and price of the house. So you've got to work backwards from what your biggest priorities are, but don't worry, no matter what your situation, there's almost definitely a great place for you to live around Atlanta. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see in the future. Please like and subscribe and give me a call. I love connecting with my viewers. I'll see you next time.